good morning, or good day, or good evening. It depends what time are you watching the show. By now, this is called TBR Solutions. TBR Solution, it's a company, and then we have sports, and we have a number of things. Today, I'm doing a special show. I'm having Steve Sekano to be my guest. Steve Sekano, those who were Swallows supporters, you'll know him very well. But I noticed that he has logged out, and then probably could be network or so. Let me just check what's happening with him. Uh, you know, um, I notice a few things that Steve has been doing for some time now. I've been following, and then I realized that he's doing a good job. He's really doing a brilliant job, and these are people that needs to be supported because we can't stay there and don't support each other. We need to support each other. That's the only way to succeed. We need to come together and help each other. All right. And then if we come together and help each other, we'll be able to resolve the problem that we are facing. So yeah, so that is the reason I'm doing this show. I want to give Steve Sekano support because I can see that he is doing something. All right. So Steve has connected. Steve, how are you? Good morning, man.
I'm
Or
good, my
good
brother.
day. How are you doing?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I see that you got cut. I don't know whether you have load shedding.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening actually myself
Okay.
as well.
All right. Yeah, I'm just from load shedding and not long. It has become a normal thing now. We are now have adjusted. This is really unacceptable. Well, now we need to accept that this time it will go, this time it will come back. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad.
Yeah, it's our life now. It's our life.
Yeah. Steve, I'm honored, my
Yes.
brother, that you agreed to this interview. I've been following you on Facebook, social media, and I see that you're doing a good job. Look, social media has liberated us. We are free now. Gone are the days whereby, for instance, if you wanted to be given publicity and on, you're supposed to go to the traditional stations and so on and talk. And then they tell you that they are full and all that. But now we can do it, and now you also do it and publicize on your pages. Then we see. All right. So that's the power of social media. Steve, this company is called the Big R Solutions. All right. Now let me explain a bit what the Big R solution stands for. The Big R solution is a trademark, all right, for all the companies that I have. They use one trademark, the Big R Solutions. Now, I came up with this trademark after realizing how I solved my problems. All right. I've always wanted to have money. That has always been me from childhood, as far as I can remember. But I didn't know how to make money. That's the thing. And then I've been wondering. It was a mystery. I want to solve this thing. How does people make money? How do they do it? And then in my midst, I had people who had money. My uncle, for instance, was very rich, but they were busy. They didn't have time to sit down and educate you. But by observing and looking, you start learning. All right. And I was from a very, very poor family, man. And, so, um, it was from hand to mouth. Fresh from university, struggled, and then but one could make money. One could not make money. You earn today, tomorrow there's no money. You know, it was a vicious cycle. You end up now going to Mashonisas and borrowing money, and you get promotions at work, but the money situation was not getting solved. So at the end of that, there's something wrong. You know, people have money. How do they do it? Because like me and you, Steve, I was telling you about my uncle. My uncle had only standard 6, but that man was very rich. Very, very rich. I don't know whether you know the place called Zinego in Tembisa.
Which one?
Zinego in Tembisa.
Zinego.
Yeah.
Nah, I haven't heard about it.
He was big. He was a promoter. He was a businessman. He ended up promoting football, your Kaiser Chiefs, your Pirates. You know, he was friends with Ivan, Dr. Kaiser Mtaung, you know. But he had only standard 6, all right? So that tells you that it's not education that solves problems, you know. And then I started now being interested. I started reading books about rich people. I started doing research. The majority of them, the majority of people who are rich are dropouts. So the school never solved a problem. So I'm not saying school is not important, make no mistake. That's not what I'm saying. And then I'm saying anyone can make money. I said, oh, okay. As I read the books of all these people, then I started picking up common features among them. And I started observing how my uncle was conducting his business. And then I started saying, oh, okay. If you read, do research, and reflect on your life, and you review and have resilience, because it's tough, business stuff. You must have resilience, and you must have relationship. You must know people. All right. So then I said, oh, okay, if people can use all these beautiful and positive English words that starts with R, problem solved. Do you understand? That's
Yes.
how the big R solution was started.
Oh, okay.
So the solution part is to say, solve a problem. All right. So yeah. So we do a number, but my focus is about money. But here's the beauty. You'll be shocked. Money. But now I'm talking to sports because you have a sports program. Money touches everything.
Yes.
There's no life that is not touched by money. So that is why we're doing it. So fortunately enough, internet has made things easy. Then we can do these things, and then you know, and then be able to give people information. If you can see at the back, our banner says financial education. We educate. That's what I do. I'll say. So I've written a number of books because, you know, acquiring knowledge and then you die with that knowledge is not going to help. But share it. Do you see? So yeah. So that's it. That's the introduction of the bigger, so that you understand what's happening.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Let's start here, Steve. Who is Steve Sekano? And where were you born? Were you playing football? Were you supporting a team? Just tell me about your background in brief.
Okay. Steve Sekano, my full names is Steven Chimane Sekano. I was born in Soweto, in Meadowlands, Zone 9. I'm the son of, we are 2 brothers. We had a sister who passed on at an early age. Then we are left with, I'm left with my brother, who is a priest. His name is George. Only 2 of us. He's an athlete. He runs marathon. Then myself, I started playing soccer at the early age of 6 because of where I was staying. When I just opened the gate, there was a soccer field, which was a dumping site, but we use it as a soccer field. Actually, the sports field that I'm using today, which is Fiat Sports Field, that was where I started my career as a dumping site, but we are playing soccer in that dumping site.
Like all soccer players, they started in the dusty street.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's where I grew up then. It was a difficult time during those days. we never had to enjoy anything actually. Our only thing what you looked after was playing soccer, going to school, coming back from school, then going to a soccer field and play the whole day. Later on, the parents will tell you, hey, Samotlap. How we lived, you know. Yeah, then it was not easy. Not easy at all because of during the days, I think at home where like my parents took actually most of the family. As we know, we grew up in the difficult times. All the family never had where to stay, and they had to come at my parents' home. Then we were like 15, 16 in 3-room house. That's where how we survived. My dad was the only one working during those days.
Not even a decent job in any way.
Not even a decent job.
Yeah.
But we managed to grow with that.
You become strong and tougher, you know?
Yes, you know.
Now let me find out, are you the eldest? Or your brother is the eldest? Your brother is the eldest. You are the last born.
Yes, my brother is the eldest. Yeah, I'm the last born.
All right.
Yes.
Steve, now you started there. You know, your story. I'm a Cosmos fan. I'm a Jomo fan. You know, how I supported Jomo, you know, when you were young, you were naive and all that. At home, everybody was supporting Chiefs at home, including my uncle that I was telling you about, you know?
Yes.
And then now you grow up, they say, what do you say, Chiefs, you know? Then there was this friend of mine who was very close with me. He started telling me about Jomo. Jomo has just broke into the professional rank. Said, then I started following. Then I've been following all the way. I supported Pirates and all that. When they fired him, then I followed him with Cosmos and so on. And I'm still with Cosmos even today. Yeah, they're in ABC Motsepe, it's fine, you know. So that's it. So you were playing Moroka Swallows. I mean Cosmos at Ellis Park. And then I remember, I think it was a Men's Day Cup, a night game. You know, the Cups were somehow elusive to Cosmos. And Jomo was playing by then, you know, and okay, fine. Cosmos was, I think it was overpowering Swallows on that day. And then halftime, they introduced a young man. We didn't know him. But the people of Soweto knew him. Chaka, chaka, chaka. Hey, he gave us hell. And he scored one of the goals. And then I think we're leading 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was equalizing. And then later they brought you in. And it was Steve. Hey, you guys were running you. Hey, you killed us. I think you beat us 4-2 that day. Then I started knowing, hey, there's Chaka Chaka, there's Mpondo, there's Sekano. Hey, you know, when I went home, my head was big. You remember that game?
Yes, I do.
You know, that day, hey, I was very angry. But you're a very good player. I must be honest with you. You tell me, how did you play Swallows? How did it happen that you joined Swallows?
I was actually playing for Orlando Pirates in the NPSL.
Okay.
Yeah, I joined Pirate from Pirate. Chaviri sent people to look for me because he saw at Pirate I used to score so many goals. Actually, at Pirate I used to score even 80 goals a year in one season. Then teams were looking for me, but Chaviri, as you know, his tricks and how intelligent he was when coming to recruiting young boys. You know, he started recruiting me.
Now, even though it was sorry. This is Pirates after the split in the PSL.
After the split, yes.
Not in the PSL, in NPSL. After the split,
yes.
then the split. Okay. You went with that Pirates of I think it was Thabo Mali. China Shongani.
China Shongani.
Okay. Did you came when the two teams were going to at Ellis Park? Were you there?
I was very young by then.
Oh, okay. Were you in that squad?
I was in that squad.
I said, I remember that squad. I was there, man, when they stabbed China.
Yeah, China, yes.
So you're in that team?
Yeah, I was in that team. It was a difficult situation, but it's one of those things. And then for me to leave Pirate was very tough. Because I remember one day I tried to leave. Pirate supporters went to my home and threatened my parents to say, we're going to kill that boy if we find him. Make sure that boy, we get him and must come back to the team. Then my parents were like scared to hell. Then they spoke to me and said, hey, Baba, we'd rather go back to Pirate because of, okay, we see that Swallows. My dad was a Swallows fan. By then. Then, because he saw the way these guys came, I think, with 3 kumbis at home. They didn't want me to leave. Very scary. Then my parents said, hey, Baba, go back to Pirates. We understand they don't pay you, but go and negotiate with them. Because those guys, the way we saw them, they're going to kill you. Then I went back. We spoke with the supporters. They loved me, those guys. They loved me. They didn't want me to go anywhere. They even decided that they'll pay me salary with the monies. Actually, each and every game, they'll make a plan for me to get money. Everybody will put his hand in the pocket and organize something for them, for me.
Now, while they're still there, you were not earning at Pirates.
No, I was not earning.
And you were scoring all these goals. And you were scoring all these goals, but you were not earning.
I was not earning.
And then Brapine was saying, no, may his soul rest in peace. You'll earn at Swallows. He was offering it. Pardon?
He just said you'll get something at Swallows better than where you are now.
Oh, okay, that's what he said. Did he speak to you personally, Brapine?
No, he didn't speak to me personally.
What happened?
He was sending people to come and see me, to talk to me so that I must come over to Swallows. As you know, there was Joseph Rapelejo. May his soul rest in peace.
Yes. Oh,
yes.
Has he passed on? Joseph?
Yes. Years ago. Yes. Then after I spoke to those guys, Pirate supporters, some of them, they wanted me to leave. Some were not happy, but they saw that there was a struggle financially. And they end up deciding that, no, let's let this guy go. Let him go and see, what's going to happen for him. But some of them followed me actually to Swallows. Even when they weren't happy, but, because of the love they had on me and, felt that they rather let me go to Swallows.
Now, that's how they were collecting and giving you some. How much were they giving?
Sometimes I'll get $50. Sometimes I'll get $80, because during those days, it was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money, yeah.
A lot of money, yes. Because remember, even if when I arrived at Swallows, I earned $100. Yeah.
At Swallows, you were earning $100.
100 rands a month.
And it was a lot of money by then.
It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money.
Now, here you are at Swallows. Then the first meeting with Brapine, how was he?
He was okay. He was okay, even though, Brapine is always tricky.
Yeah.
Very tricky, man.
Yeah.
Very intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, my boy, you'll play soccer, you'll enjoy yourself, and you'll make money, you'll make a big name for yourself.
I once stayed at Dube, next to Daliwanga School.
Yes, Doctor's Place, around Doctor's Place.
Yeah, let me tell you what happened. When Doctor was young, my aunt had a shop there, next to Daliwanga. That shop belongs to my aunt. So Doc and his father, Brapro, may his soul rest in peace, they used to buy at my aunt's shop. And then by then, Doc was not a professional player. acquaintance, not necessarily friends. Acquaintance would go to the stadium together at some point with the boys there at Dube. And then, but when he arrived there, then Dog would go to the Chiefs side, I would go to Pirates side. And then, as I was telling you about my uncle here in Tembisa, was a big fan of Chiefs, promoting Chiefs. So Doc knows him very well. And then he also used to come this side. So my uncle at Dube was a big Swallows fan. And then he used to call Swallows the beautiful birds. And you guys remember you were dribblers, you know. Swallows has been like known for that. Dribble from number 2 up to the end, you know, during the time of Goldpower Makhetla. You know, Goldpower will dribble right from the back. All of them, your father and Porsche, all those guys, everybody was a dribbler. So my uncle there in Dube used to call it the Soweto style. Boys, let's play the Soweto style. That's how beautiful Swallows was. So which team were you supporting as you were growing?
I was a Pirate supporter. Yes, when I was growing up. I followed Pirates because I used to go even to the stadiums, sit inside Orlando Stadium in the grass there, watching the game, watching the likes of Sparks and Money, everybody there.
Sparks used to stay there at I think it's Orlando West. There's a corner house there. Yeah. When I was going to my aunt, I would pass by Sparks there. But I'm told he's now in Durban now.
Yeah, he stays in Durban now.
He's in KZN. Yeah, full time. He's still alive.
Yeah. He's still alive.
Oh, that's good.
Very strong.
Very strong. Yeah. Oh, that's good. And then now you went to Swallows, but you were a Pirates fan. Now, when you play Pirates, what would happen? Were you having a divided loyalty or what?
You know, when you play against somebody you love, you want to show him this, you know, that you are such a good player. You want to go there as well now.
Yeah.
Because the love that you have for that team.
Yeah.
But, you know, what's nice is always when I played against Pirate, I'll score. Most of the games when I played against Pirate, I'll score against them.
You know? Now, let's go back to that story of China.
Okay.
After that stabbing incident, what happened to the team? It just disappeared.
No, the team was still there. We played after then because of, if you remember, the stabbing happened during the split.
Yeah.
Yeah, but China survived that stabbing.
Yeah, I'm told that they stabbed many times, you know.
Yes, but they survived. And then, if you remember, the Mr. Chabo Malias continued to Orlando Pirates in the NPSL. I think I stayed there for almost 2 to 3 years. After that, because of NPSL went on, because of, if you remember, there was Ace Mates.
Yeah,
there
Ace Mates,
where Nini and other guys played. There was Bank Aces, there was Cape Town Spares in the NPSL, which is, that's where I used to, you know, when I was scoring goals, I competed with Reggie, the late Reggie Janchis.
Yeah.
Because he was also playing for Cape Town Spares.
Yes, and he used to be a goal poacher, that one.
Goal poacher as well, He used to score many goals as he was there. He was a very goal poacher. Yeah, he sold rest in peace as well. Yeah.
Oh, has he passed on? Reggie?
He passed on as well, yes.
Okay. Yeah, but we can't live forever.
Yeah, no, we can't.
You know, as I was telling you that where I used to stay, I was not far from KK Linzwan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, and KK2 also used to come and buy at my aunt's shop, you know. Okay. And Mike Mangena was staying there. He rented a place there. And then, do you still remember Moses Kakanyez, Skepenketul?
Yes.
He was also staying there. They were all by my aunt's shop, you know. So I would see them there. Even Russia Jacobs.
Yeah, Russia.
Yeah, let me tell you about Russia Jacobs. Russia Jacobs, you know, I was born in Harrismith, okay? Then my parents, they said after a year, and then we went to Bethlehem. I think Bethlehem I spent about 8 years, but my uncle has always been here in Tembisa. Every time when the school closes, I would come here because he had his business. I would help him, or I would go to Dube there. And then the next thing, and then and I think after 8 years, I moved back to Harrismith, and then to complete my matric. Thereafter, I came back to Tembisa, and then stayed in Tembisa quite a while, and then hence Tembisans think I'm a Tembisan. But if you ask me, I'm from all those three places, you know.
Yeah.
But I spend most of my time in Tembisa and here now in Kempton Park. Those are the places that I spend the larger part of my life. So Brarasha is from Bethlehem, you know. He's a nephew. He's a friend of mine, you know. So he had rented a house there, not far. He used to buy there too. And funny enough, you know, the late president of Sanfa, Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Kobandlov.
Okay.
Yeah. May his soul rest in peace. His son was my friend, a big friend of mine, even today. I used to visit them there in Tembisa here. I think Stammer section. The son is still a friend. He's a psychologist, doing well in his life. The other son is a lawyer. So you see, I'm connected with those. I still know those guys. So that's how I come from with that kind of football. Now, Steve, with that now Pirates, they continue, and now you are at Swallows. You are banging goals. You are earning about 100 rand, and you know Swallows were playing a very beautiful football, but not scoring goals. So in other words, they were not winning titles. Even during that time of Andres Panyaza Masego, no, Andres was a very lethal midfielder, very problematic, you know. But they didn't score. That's the problem of Swallows. So, coaches, who were the best coach? Who was the best coach that has ever coached you at Swallows? And what was he saying to you guys?
I think for me, since Krima Shabalala came to a team, because I think he believed in me, I started scoring more goals during his time. Then later came Eddie Lewis.
Eddie Lewis, yeah.
Also gave me the opportunities as well. I scored a lot of goals with him as well. I was coached by a lot of people. Miss Diavri.
Miss Diavri, I remember, yeah.
Yes.
But Screamer was the best for you.
I think I enjoyed during the Screamer Shabalala 10 because of, you know, Brasten, I'll always remember him because of, he used to give me so much opportunity to score because he'll tell me, boxing is telling a man.
Yeah.
You know, legs were inside the box,
you
know? Because nobody will do anything.
Yeah.
You can easily go then, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's where I enjoyed most of my time with him because of, he made me relaxed. He makes me play as much as I could. And he gave me so much confidence in the game. You know?
And it's full of sense of humor, Gay.
Yes. You know, when you're with him, everywhere you go, you're laughing.
Yeah.
Entertain you, entertain us in the kumbi or in the bus, whenever we're going to play. You know, because of the way he was and how he treats players as well. Because when he loves you, he'll make sure that you get everything you want. He'll take care of you, you know.
I never knew that Brasten once coached Swallows, eh? This is new to me.
I coached Swallows for a long time.
Yeah, ne? I know he was a friend to Jomo. He went to Cosmos. And then when Zola Mahobe bought Sundowns, he went with Zola and so on. So that's where yes, from Swallows.
Yeah, I think when Swallows he came from Sundowns. You know, remember after Zola left?
Yeah.
It was Chiklas. Then after Chiklas, he came to Swallows. Then.
Oh, it was after he left Sundowns.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know how did I miss that one.
Now he coached us, and one thing with him will make players to enjoy, playing. Even though we know him,
yeah.
Yeah. When you cross him, he'll fight. He just want to fight immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But
now,
being around him,
yeah,
it was,
he's
a father, he's a coach, he's everything.
Now, Steve, as you are telling me this, how important is the psychological impact on the player? Not necessarily, and I'm sure you've gained that knowledge because we are still going to talk about your foundation, and this is what you are going to impart. You've learned those skills because you learned from the past. As I was opening earlier on, I said, I wanted to know how people make money. Then I learned from these people in the past. Then I practice the same thing. So how important is the psychological impact, the mental impact of the player?
I think it's important for one, when you deal with players, to love them and to be passionate as well. People, because of, sometimes people, they come because of thinking of money. When you do something but we are not passionate about it, there's no way you'll be able to win. Because you must always try to show people the importance of whatever they do, that you must always be a winner and you must be always be confident in what you do. I guess a player, you must always know that because of you are not by yourself, you are a team. You must always fight as a team. You must be like
yeah.
You must always be together, love each other. I think at Swallows, one thing that I loved about Swallows, before games, during the late Brajo uneli massage man at Swallows, and he went to Pirate. Mike Mangan as well, the Congo Malibanis,
Where's Congo?
Thomas,
Congo?
They'll be gambling.
Yeah, where's Congo? Before you go any further, where's Congo?
Congo is around.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Congo would miss 7 goals, but he'll score the winning goal.
Oh, why?
And the Congo will be dead for the entire game and score 3. Swallows win 3. Swallows lose 3.
That's Congo
and Congo is dead and then scores 3, and then it becomes 3-3. But that's a player that you cannot substitute.
No, one time I saw in the media that Congo is no more. Then I drove to his house. I knocked at the gate. He saw me, then he came out. Hey Steve, what's happening in Congo? I just said I must come and see if that's true. And he said,
Yeah.
I said, no, I must check on you if there's something wrong. Because, I'm that kind of person who love to see our legends, not having those challenges. I mean, he's a pensioner today, he's home,
Where does he stay?
Make sure. Sorry?
Where does he stay?
In Deep Loop.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yes. No, you do well. That's good, Steve. Look, we live once.
No, that's true.
And remember, I said one of the R words is relationship.
Yes.
And relationship was created by God right from the beginning, if you're a Christian.
Yes.
The Bible says God created Adam. Then he realized that this man cannot survive alone. Then I need to create a woman and use a man's rib. That's the relationship. So that's why the relationship is working. And keep in touch. You are absolutely correct. And then, I see with your foundation, that's what you do. I see you supporting people like Andres Chaka Mbondo, giving them some food parcels and so on. That's very good. We'll talk about that. I just wanted to touch on that one. And then we know that Congo was also short-tempered.
Very short-tempered.
Yeah. And my uncle,
I was fortunately, because of my early age, I had all these guys around me because of the likes of Kongo Malibani, Thomas Longwandi, the late Kura Makura, all these guys, they were like, and they used to call, hey, Ntuana, why are you not at school? Then I said to them, well, train me, no, I'm from school. But if I'm school in much.
Yeah.
Then I said, sometimes, yes, cool, but talent as well. If God gave you talent,
Now,
because,
Steve, sorry to cut you short.
Okay.
Tell me, how far have you gone to school?
I end up in matric only.
Okay. I'll tell you why. I'm asking this question deliberately. School is important.
Very important.
But it's not everything.
Yes.
It's not everything. What is important is life. All right?
Okay.
School is trying to help us to be able to understand the intricacies in the world and see how do we solve them. But there's no better education than the home-based education.
Yes.
And at home and so on. So it's life. Every day you learn. So, but we encourage our kids to study. And nowadays, it's even easy now with all this internet and so on. Steve, as I said, I saw that you are doing a good job. You are running a foundation. And then what motivated you to run a foundation?
Actually, because of, you grew up in Soweto, in Middlelands Dofai, where so many legends come from. I mean, we had guys like Baby Jake, the Arthur Maisela.
Very good friend of mine, bro Jake.
The Max Maponyane, the Mandlas Tole. So many guys.
Metro Blitz.
Yes.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive. The Obrima Kopela, the great.
Yeah, the great still alive?
He's still alive.
What a talent, man. What a talent. Yeah.
Middlelands had the best. Best. But now, if you go to Middlelands, you'll find boys, Nyaupe, every corner. It's so sad. Girls, Nyaupe, very sad.
And that boy Mkwanazi, what is his name again?
Killer.
Yeah, where is he?
He's still there in Middlelands as well.
Is he still alive?
Still alive. Then I started realizing that, what? Sometimes we don't know where our passion is and the love that we have, because of, you always look for something that God has sent you to do. You find it later in life. That's when I started opening a soccer team around Middlelands. Then I played the first season. I won the league, went to SAB League. Then we started playing later. I said, no, man, something is missing here. Because there are kids here in this community, they are doing nothing. And then I started opening a foundation. Then immediately after opening a foundation, I did a youth tournament. Then I started realizing what these kids need, their needs are. And talking to a lot of kids, I see that there's so much talent, but there's no one helping these kids with their talents. And somebody with with passion, somebody who will be disciplined, so that the kids must see from you as a father or as a brother. Because of I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm always, when they see me sober-minded every time. Even if when I talk to them, they hear a sense, Then I said, with my foundation, I have to work more harder, because of elderly people, they don't have food in their houses. Then I said, no, this can happen. I don't have money, but God will make a plan for me. Let me go out there and see myself and do proposals, send to companies and see how can I get help. Then I started doing that. Fortunately enough, because of God is always there with me.
Yes.
Things started opening up. I called pensioners at Fiat Sports Field. just to give them food parcels.
Mm.
Yes, then I started doing tournaments for youth, where I made sure that every kid who plays in my tournament, they get new soccer kits. Because I saw that so many teams in the community, they don't have soccer kits. Then I said, no, let me organize such things there, whereby these kids get soccer kits, but they don't pay anything, at least they must be able to be passionate about when they play. Because, when the kids play soccer, the whole team doesn't have the same kit. It's frustrating. Yeah, then I started doing those things since 2017.
Since 2017?
Since 2017.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Every team that played in my tournament, they'll get a new soccer kit. They'll get lunch during this tournament. Every team that participate, they get lunch. Because I know kids, when they wake up, when they think soccer, that's how I used to do. I just leave house and go and play the whole day. You'll never think of being hungry and whatever.
Now,
and I said,
you share your knowledge with these players and impart.
Yeah.
Do you even coach them in terms of football?
Yes, I even coach the coaches because before the tournament, I'll have a meeting with team officials, coaches, and I'll tell them what my passion is in the community, which is I wanted people in the community to understand that we need to give these kids an opportunity where they
to
learn.
Express themselves.
Yes. Then I'll tell coaches as well to say how they must behave around the kids, because it's important for them as well to understand that being a coach, you are not only a coach, you are a father of those kids. You are a parent to those kids.
You are a leader. You are a leader.
Yes.
Steve, you are a leader. And sometimes people don't understand leadership. Leadership is responsibility. Leadership is not position. It's not that Steve is chairman. No. It's not position. It's a responsibility. And it's to deliver. This is what you are. Yes. And that's another R word, eh? That's another positive R word. Yes.
Responsibility as well.
Responsibility, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, actually, then that's how things went. Then every time when I do a tournament during the festive season, I will also, final day, call all the elderly people in the community to get food parcels during the final day. To thank them for their support, because they know, I always tell them when I give them food parcels, to say, I grew here, during their support. They gave me all the support as parents, because I grew during those days where every parent was my mother or my father. That's why I say to them, always say, thank you so much for the support me. Today things are not so good, and as long as I could be able to get something for them, I'll always provide for them.
Heads off to you, Steve. Steve, now, I like what you are saying. Who are your sponsors? Just mention your sponsors. This is an opportunity to mention them so that they also get a mileage. And then, look, I'm available if you want to talk about your things. You can always arrange your tournament you want to announce. We can do that. I have said to you, we need to support each other. You know what I did? I bought Robert Marawa's book. And I went on tweet and say, please support the brother. I don't know Robert. I met him only once. And I'll tell you how. We had one little exchange, but I could pick that this guy is good. He's a good person. Because that's what is important. Good person. And then I know the challenges that he went through. All right. Now he has got his own thing. And that's where we need to support each other. Then I said on tweet, people, please support Robert. And then I'm still reading the book, want to finish it, then I'm going to review it. And then hence, I want to put my mouth, I want to put my money where my mouth is. That's why I'm here to support people like you. Because one thing that I like about what you are doing, the former players, all of them, they want to be coaches, all of them, they want to own clubs. name it after their name, after we've seen what Dr. Kaiser Town did, what Jomo did, sometimes it's not a solution, that thing, you know. I like what Peter said at some point, what a nice person. Because I once interviewed Peter Musumano while I was with Voice of Tembisa. Because I was one of the people who founded the Voice of Tembisa. You know, what I liked about Peter, Peter, he's a person, he's a human being. And I like what he has just done, that no, I'm gonna start an academy, whatever you call it, for boys and girls. I don't want to be a coach, I don't want to own a team. You know, people need to have those minds. And you are doing exactly like that. And I say heads up to Japi Mutale. He was interviewed somewhere. Then he said, soccer players, after retirement, they still live in the old glory. You know, they sit on their laurels. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to work. People are not brave. I'm still trying to get him so that I can interview him. I haven't managed to get his contacts because it was brave for him to say that. Why can't they go to Checkers or Pick and Pay and look for work? Why can't they be taxi drivers? Because at the end of the day, they have children that they need to support. You see? So why is it? So what made you to not to take the route of going to knock at the door at Swallows, want to be a coach, juniors and all that? And I'm told that doctor started this academy. I said, brilliant. That's a brilliant move. What made you to do this?
As you just said, you know, it's we all want to be coaches. We all want to go the same route, which is something that I felt it's not working out. You know, like when I watch most of our ex-players, they are sitting at home doing nothing. They're only thinking of coaching. And what is worse is they didn't even want to study, some of them. And now that's the worst thing, that because of there's no way you'll get anything easy if you don't have education in your hand. If you don't have coaching courses or coaching certificates in your hand, you can't expect to coach during these days because of the CAF licenses that you have to go through. But now they want to coach, but they don't want to do those courses, you know, because they don't want to go in the classroom and study. I think that's another worst challenge that ex-players, most of them have, which is it's our downfall of ex-players. But I feel that I started the academy as well because I felt that, you know, sometimes the passion and the knowledge that you have, if you can give it to these young kids to understand that even if when you play sports, you must have education. You know, when I started working at Fiat, there was Mr. Ravazotti, who was the people who were sponsoring the Fiat sports field with to look after the sports field. He asked me, Steve, what is it that you think we are running short of in the sports field? Because of it was only soccer field and a track field. I said, there's no 5-a-side pitch for young kids. And there's no classroom for kids to do their studies in that classroom because of, you know, coming to the sports field, it's so easy. And it will be easy for the kids as well to understand that when you come to the sports field, you must also go to the classroom and do your homeworks and study at the same time. Then he was so, you know, he was so happy to hear that from me. Immediately, he built the 5-a-side pitch. Immediately, he put on a classroom in the same field.
So he's your sponsor?
Yes, he is my sponsor because he started realizing the passion that I had about kids.
That's Fiat South Africa?
No, it's not Fiat, it's the Ital Tile Group.
Ital Tile Group. Good, good, yes.
You know?
Oh, their foundation.
Their foundation is look after the CTM field. You know? Then they started building those things for kids to be able to, when they come to training, from there, some of them, they go to class and do their homeworks. Yeah, because of in the afternoon, there'll be somebody who will be in the classroom teaching these young ones. Giving them, you know, guidance on education and also what they are doing at school as well. You know, with something that I love kids to do, because I don't want to see kids following the full step of us during those days, not getting education. You know, because looking back, you know, most of our players, they don't want to go to school. But then today you don't expect that from a player. You want players to be educated as well, because of you don't want you have to fall into something after football.
But Steve, apart from them not having qualification, I think even opportunities are a problem in our country. How many teams are coached by locals? There is no confidence in locals.
Yes.
There are others who have qualified, and then no one is helping them, no one is hiring them. So hence I say the route that you took is a brilliant one. That you can't stop your passion, continue with it. All right, because I asked, look at the World Cup. Argentina, the entire technical staff was the Argentinians. The British, coached by the British. The Germans. It's only us where we import all the time. I don't have any qualm as far as that is concerned, because the club bosses also remember they're looking at the bottom line. All right.
Yes.
But my issue is those people, those teams that I mentioned, they dominate football with their locals. Who's dominating football today? It's Mamelodi Sundowns, which started with Pito Musimane. They carry on. It's more than 10 years now with the locals. I think that was last year. Teams on top were local coaches. All right. I have nothing against the foreign coaches, but I'm saying I don't see our coaches being coaches in Europe, all right, for that matter, or in Brazil or wherever, But it's important to get that knowledge. That's my philosophy. I believe in that, all right? That build your own. And so the mistake that they make, or if they all want to be coaches, where are the opportunities?
No opportunities.
No opportunities. Because others they've qualified, but they are not given that chance to say, come in and exercise. Steve, so your sponsor is CTM.
Yes.
Tile Africa. All right.
Yes.
All right. Big up to them. They're doing a good job. Are you currently working?
No.
You are not working. So there's any income that you get?
As I've just said, that I'm doing a lot of things because I don't want to rely on one thing. Before I even used to sell clothes because I used to go to China and come back with clothes and sell.
One day, sorry to cut you. One day I met you at Maponyamo.
Yes.
I was in my car. I was going out quickly, but I was in a hurry. I saw you in the car taking out things with somebody. I think you were selling, probably.
Yes.
But I was in a rush. I could not stop. Me and you are still going to talk a lot, all right? Because I want us, as I say, we need to support each other. Remember, one of the R words is relationship.
Yes.
I like if you are into politics, Steve Biko would say black power. I don't know whether people understand black power. Steve would say, if you want a doctor, go to the township. If you want a nurse, go to the township. If you want a shop, go to the township. The man will circulate among ourselves, all right? And then that will give us a power. All right. So I'm doing this to support you so that people can start supporting each other. All right. So you are doing a very great job. I'm going to talk to you immediately after this interview, and then we've started a relationship. You are doing a good job. Steve, I know that time is an enemy, so that is why we'll have to, but we'll talk, me and you. There is a
I wanted to talk about other sponsorship. There's a guy called Spencer Malongeti. As you see that in the last tournament that I've done for the past 5 years, it was sponsored by the Waze Group. The Waze Group, this guy is we are from the same territory. He met me, saw that passionate about youth. Then he said to me, can't we do tournament with you? Because I can see your passion in our youth, boys and girls. because of, as you saw my tournaments, I'm doing soccer for boys, under 17, soccer for girls, under 17, and netball as well, which is something that I'm passionate about. I even started the past year, 2022, I started the netball league, because of I saw so many kids wanted to play netball. They didn't get support. Then I called all the coaches in the community, say, I'll take out whatever money I have, the little that I have. Let's start a league, I'll buy you trophies and medals. And I did that. End of the year, the under 13, under 15, and under 17 league for girl netball started, and everything went so well. I bought them trophies. After end of the year, the winners, I gave them, the trophies, to support them, to show them that I want to see all the kids in the community playing sports. I don't want to see kids going out there getting pregnant because they have nothing to do. Having drugs because there's nothing to do in our communities. Not enough. That's why I made sure that I want to see kids in our communities doing sports, going to school. Because I always tell these kids when I'm sitting around them, they say, education and sports, they go hand in hand. Because when you play sports, it's easy for you when you go in the classroom to grab a lot of things because your mind is fresh, because of your body is very relaxed. Now it's easy for you to understand that sports and education, they go hand in hand. That's why I always want kids to see kids doing something in their lives, because I don't want to see what I see people drinking. I always tell them about, liquor is always a problem in our community. People now made liquor as if it's something very important. When you drink, we are perfect. That doesn't work that way. You have to respect. Nobody says people don't drink, but we say limit, respect what you do. Yes.
Steve, what you have just said, we share something in common. I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking. And guess what? I was a DJ. I would play a lot of nightclubs. And then people would think I'm drinking. No, not at all. Maybe religious background has helped me, because I understand that the Bible says your body is a temple of God, all right? That has made me, to live a clean life, well, I don't have anything against people who are drinking. I hang around people who are drinking, but I don't believe in it. I said, it's not going to take you anywhere. Time is money. Time is money. Every minute, every second, you must account for it. Now, Steve, are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
Kids? How many kids?
I have 4 kids.
You have 4 kids. All right.
3 in the house. 1 I got outside. 2 boys. 1 boy in the house and 2 girls.
And 2 girls in the house.
Yes.
And the other one is outside. He's a boy too.
Yes, a boy too.
Okay. No, that's fine, Steve. Let me tell you something. Don't get discouraged. Great leaders died poor. Steve Biko died poor. Malcolm X died poor. Muhammad died poor. Great leaders died poor because their mission is to service. All right. But you'll be showered. Don't worry. God will be there to bless you. Don't be discouraged. Any other sponsor that would like to mention? And then we can also give them a platform and interview them if they want to. I don't have a problem, so that they keep on supporting you. Anyone that you would like to mention again?
Yeah, I had a guy from, friend of mine introduced me to a guy who's from, there's a team called Lincoln City in England. Yeah, this guy is like a friend today because of, he always makes sure that, every time when I talk to him about what I do, he's so passionate because he always come around when I do tournaments to watch me, to do all these things. Say, his name is Clive. Clive Nates. He's a white guy, he's so passionate because of, he's always happy to be around me because of he sees my passion with the kids, with the youth, you know. Yes. You know.
There's nothing wrong. Whether it's a white guy, we are a rainbow nation. We are a rainbow nation.
Yes,
at
very true.
at the end of the day, I see that you get scared. You don't want to mention. It's mentioned. Remember, we live with them. We are.
Yes.
I mean, I've got a lot of white people who are my friends. One of my biggest friends, you'll be shocked. You know DJ Christos?
Yes.
He was introduced to black market by me.
Okay.
He was a white guy during that time, during apartheid. So there's nothing wrong. So you know,
not at all.
Me, I'm all about let's support each other. Let's build each other. Let's build this country. Let's build this world. That's all I'm all about. Steve, because time is enemy. I want to close off. I don't know whether you want to say something in closing. And this is not the end. We still have to engage going forward. There's anything that you'd like to mention?
No, I actually like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. You know, because of all I want in life is the support, as much support as I could get, and making sure that sponsors come on board to assist with everything that I do, because I need sponsors, as much sponsors I could get. You know, it's important for me to be able to, you know, to make sure that whatever I do, it succeeds.
You know what? With your heart, you'll definitely go a long way. All right.
No, thank you.
I've written. This is the book. This is my first book.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you. It's called Secrets for Becoming Rich. This is my second edition. All right. It teaches all about the intricacies of money. All right. People don't know how money works. All right. But we'll talk. I've got this one, Secrets for Becoming Rich. It's my second edition. The first one is this one, Secrets for Becoming Rich, but I improved it. And then the second one is this book. It is also a digital book, this one, How I Turned 500 Rand into a Million Rand Business. All right. And then this is the other book, How to Get Out of Bad Debts.
My phone is going now.
Okay. How to use other people's money and resources to get rich. But already we are done. I'll call you a little bit later. Just charge your phone, and then I'll call a little bit later so that we talk. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I also wanted to talk about those players that you support. Your Chaka Chaka, I saw them giving them food. They're doing a great job.
Thank you.
They're doing a great job. Thanks, Steve. I'm grateful.
Thank you so much.
You agreed to this. Thank you. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from a TBR Solution. TBR Solution is a financial company that helps people to be financially savvy. I'm sure these days you are aware that prices are very up in terms of petrol, in terms of goods and services. Prices are very, very high. Now, these days, we are on a campaign to help those members of GPF or government employees, especially if you are 55 years old or above, and you are contemplating to resign or go on pension in 3 months' time. Give us a call or drop us a WhatsApp, then we'll call you back so that we help you to get your money expeditiously, you know, as compared to sometimes people get their money after a long time. We will then transfer your money from GPF to Allen Gray, whom we have a relationship with. And the good news is, once the money has been transferred, you will choose how much you want to earn. If you happen to pass on, your spouse will also get the same amount. Then if it happens that both of you passes on, you would have appointed or selected beneficiaries. It could either be your children or anyone else. And there's nothing like age limit that they must be 22 or below. Even if they're above 22, they'll be able to get the inheritance from you. So that's how flexible it is. And then I know that sometimes people, they worry about medical aid and all that. We also have with other partners who assist you to get a medical aid. So if you want to learn more and get more information pertaining to that, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.